Everybody, welcome to Let's Talk Safe Money. I'm your host, Paul Gebhard. With my special guest today, I want to welcome back Mr. Lynn Strickler of LS Financial Group. Lynn, it's so good to see you. How you been?
Doing good, doing good. Good to see you, buddy. I missed you, man.
I know, I missed you as well. It's always good to see that smiling face of yours. And
good to be here.
You know, what I love most, I think, when we get together is how we just love to educate folks and help them.
Absolutely.
You know, in this daunting thing we call retirement.
Yep.
It's a challenge, right, Lynn?
Absolutely a challenge, yeah.
And you know, before we get into that, I want the folks out there in the Fort Lauderdale area to know my buddy Lynn.
Okay, great.
I want them to know you. So, first of all, I got to ask you, what inspired you to become a financial planner? What made you choose this path, Lynn?
Well, that's a good question, Paul, actually. You know, I came up in the streets of Philly, okay? I came up in the projects of Philly.
That's some tough streets.
I'm the oldest of 8.
Yeah.
And my grandmother, you know, raised me.
Mm-hmm.
And but one of the things that saved me from the streets is I got involved in the martial arts early. Okay?
Really?
Yeah, I did. And it kept me off the streets because a lot of my buddies were in jail or drugs or whatever. I mean, it's a rough area. But you know, I've been blessed. I had a great grandmother who was just, I mean, the lady went to the 6th grade, but she was the most educated woman I ever knew. I mean, she did 6 to 10 vocabulary words every day. She was amazing. Turned me on to literature. I then went in the Army. Okay, I'm an airborne ranger.
Wow.
So, but
thank you for your service, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And again, that was discipline.
Yes.
You know, the martial arts taught me discipline. It taught me, you know, balance, focus. I mean, a lot of things that I took into my financial business world.
Yeah.
And then after the Army, I ended up doing a turnaround company. Okay, I went to work for the high-tech world with Burroughs Corporation, and then I went to work with digital equipment. HP, they bought out. And so I was in that world, and I had a nice windfall, Paul. We took the stock of a turnaround company, a software company, from $1.18 to $18.
Wow.
And I had a pretty nice windfall, okay?
Yeah.
So I ended up taking that money to Florida. And, you know, life comes at you pretty fast. You agree?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
now more than ever.
And as a martial artist, I'm always doing the analogies, right?
Yes.
So I get hit with a jab, right? Which was, I put all the money, like I knew better, in real estate.
Oh, no.
In 2008, guess what happened?
Oh, no, I remember. I got hit by it, too.
Yeah.
2008 was brutal in the housing market.
It was brutal. I mean, it's jumping out a window losses.
Yeah.
Okay, it was bad, okay? So, and I had then started transitioning into the financial world at that time anyway, because I had a real estate investment firm, and I also had a mortgage company.
Okay.
And I decided then to refocus and say, you know what? I'm passionate, Paul, about not having folks lose money. I don't want anybody to look at Len in the eyes and say, you've lost my money. So I got involved in some things that are safe. My number one thing that I preach on the TV, radio shows, whatever, and workshops I do, colleges, churches, is you gotta get your money safe. You can't lose principal. All right. If you have losses in retirement, folks, you may never make it up. It's really, really tough. So that kind of transitioned me, right? Well, then, you know, a right cross comes, and life comes at you hard and fast, and I have a triple bypass.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so that took me out for a little while.
Yeah.
And then the third one was a hook came at me. My sweetheart of 45 years came down with frontal temporal dementia. Oh. And it's a disease that progresses very fast. And she got it at 55, and she was gone at 62. Now, folks, I'm going to tell you, caregiving is tough. And I know some of you out there probably know what I'm talking about. I couldn't do it, Paul. She was dangerous to herself. We had helicopters up.
It's so hard.
It's difficult. So I had to put her in a home.
Yeah.
And I say this to folks not because, whoa, Len, because, look, people have a lot worse than that in the world. But I say that from a financial perspective, folks. Number one, I want your money safe. I don't want you to ever lose principal, okay?
Yeah.
Number two, we got to take longevity risk off the table. Okay? And what do I mean by that? One place that I had her, long-term care, folks. We've got to handle long-term care. We got to figure it out.
So true.
$9,600 a month, Paul.
Wow.
One place.
$9,600 a month.
plus drugs over 1,000. I mean,
Gosh.
folks, you can see what happens. I mean, it's brutal. So it will financially wreck you.
Yeah.
Not only emotionally,
Sure,
but financially, it just takes its bite out of you. So that's one of the things, again, that I teach and that I'm about. And you asked me, Lynn, why did you get involved in this? I'm passionate about helping people not lose their money, number one, and number two, making sure we get long-term care handled. And there's some other risks that we need to talk about. But those are two big ones for me, Paul. And it's really what really prompted me and motivated me. I just want to help as many retirees as I can. I just want to help you folks not lose your money, because you may never make it up if you have losses. You may never make it up.
You know, I'm so glad you shared that with me, but I want to ask this question because I know the folks out there are thinking this question. How, Lynn? How can they do that? How can they be sure they're not going to lose their money? Because I know that's on everybody's mind.
Right. Well, there's a couple things. And number one, you know, we do a complete complimentary review for folks, right?
Okay.
But the one thing we do first is what's called an income analyzer, okay?
Okay.
Now, I've got a partner with me. A partner is Art. I call Art the master chef.
Okay.
And I'm the sous chef. Okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just cut vegetables and get out of the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. I got you.
But Art is an awesome guy. You know, I always kid around in our workshops and I go, you know, look, folks, I love people. I love doing this. It's something I love to do. Okay. This is the side of the business in our partnership that I do, right? And but Art, he don't really like people. And I laugh and I said, no, Art's a peach of a guy.
Yeah.
But he does all the behind the scenes. He's been doing it for 31 years right here in South Florida. He's been doing it 31 years, folks. And he knows what he's doing. He was a stockbroker with Prudential back in the day. But him and I both decided there's a different way that we want to go about helping people, okay? I want to help them get out of the Wall Street casino.
Oh,
that's what
boy.
I call it.
That's a big one.
It's
Yeah.
a big one. And we got to figure out how to handle that, to get a portion of your money safe.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we want to make sure that, you know, if you're in the market, we're not against the market.
Right.
But we better make sure we're diversified, make sure we're in the market right, that we know what we're doing, okay?
Yeah.
But in retirement, you've got to have some of that money safe, okay? So that's number one, getting it safe. You know, we have these 5 phases of the puzzle when folks come in to visit with us. And number one is we do this income analyzer I started to talk about, where we look at your goal. Okay, what is the goal? What do you want in retirement? Is it 100,000 a year? Is it 50? What is it?
What's the number?
What's the number? And then we take all your income sources, right? Pensions, Social Security, 401k, IRAs, et cetera, and we look at those income sources. And then we have to then take into account, and Art does all this work, okay? Like I said, if I had to do what Art does, I'd just blow my brains out, you know? But he's really good at this
He's a
stuff,
numbers guy.
and he loves it.
Yeah,
He's a
you're
numbers
telling me
guy.
he's a numbers guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he puts it through, crunches the numbers. And but one thing we got to make sure of, Paul, is we take inflation. Look what's happening. in
Oh,
our
I want to
country
talk to you
today.
about that. We're definitely
mean,
going to be covering inflation
Unbelievable,
today.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's have you had to try to buy a steak lately?
Unbelievable.
Oh, my
Buy
God.
anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
So we've got to factor that in for you,
Yes.
folks. Okay,
Yep.
we got to factor in inflation. The other thing we have to do is taxes. All right. Now, let me ask you. We're $30 trillion in debt. We're going to put another I guess.
It's
on,
mind-boggling.
Right.
Right.
Where do you think they're going to get the money?
Well, the
Where's
only
it always
place they
fall?
can. They have to come to us. They have to tax us.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's going right back to the middle class.
Yeah.
It's coming. And so we believe we got to plan for taxes.
Yes,
right?
I
Because
totally agree with
It's going
that.
to kill you if we don't plan for it. So that's another thing that we do. But we really look at the whole picture for our clients, okay? I don't know if I can help you or not, all right? I don't know. But I know one thing. I can try to help you, all right? And I know one thing, the other thing I know is that we got one shot at this, folks, to get this right for you.
One shot is right.
You really do.
That's
and
right.
so that's what we want to be able to do. We want to help you with that income analyzer. The second thing is safety. We have what's called a principal protection plan.
Yeah.
Right? And that plan is where you'll never lose your principal. Okay? Now, go ahead. You were going to ask me
You know
another
what I
question.
want to do is actually, I want to come back on this retirement puzzle because I know you've got some really good stuff in here to help
Right.
folks be ready to get organized. But today you have a special offer for the viewers if they call in. Lynn, would you share that with everybody?
Absolutely. You know, folks, if you have $200,000 or more, if you got in a 401k, an IRA, or under the mattress, right, in the bank, come in and give us a call. What we want to do for you is go through that income analyzer. We'll give you a complimentary, it's a complimentary review of your entire portfolio. We want to take a look at inflation, taxes, your stocks, your bonds, your mutual funds. We want to take a look at it, and we're going to let the master chef do some crunching for you. and we'll be able to show you where you can really save your money. Are you going to make it? The number one thing for retirees today is, do I have enough money to make it? Right? Can it go the distance with me? We got to answer that for you, and we will do that with the income analyzer. Give our team a call. All right, just give us a call. I'll also give you a complimentary ebook that I just came out with. Okay, the complimentary ebook is 5 Steps to a Successful, Safe Retirement. Really cool little book. It's an ebook. I'll send it to you. And I'll also, when you make your appointment either by phone. We can do it by phone, folks, or Zoom because of the COVID. You know, we've had a lot of Zoom calls that we're doing, or you can come in person. Whatever you'd like to do to come into our offices. We got an office in West Palm at the Phillips Center, and also our headquarters is in Fort Lauderdale. So come on in and see us, all right? I'd be happy to do that. Also, if you come in and see me, I'll give you a signed autograph of the book that I've collaborated with 𝗏 called, you remember the song called Don't Worry, Be Happy?
Yes,
right?
that's a great one.
This is Don't Worry, Retire Happy.
Yeah, that's what it's about, right?
And we're going to go over some of these 7 steps. So
I love that.
Come on in and see us. Give us a call, 844-299-0355. Folks, that's 844-299-0355.
Thank you so much for that, Lynn. When we come back, we're going to talk continuously on how to solve your retirement puzzle. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these short messages.
As a good saver, you've been putting away money during your working years. Studies find that the biggest fear of retirees is running out of money. Market volatility isn't just the downward movement of stock prices, it's the size and frequency of change. The more dramatic the ups and downs, the higher the volatility. This can put savers who are newly retired or a few years away from being retired at greater risk. Today's generation of retirees is not receiving traditional pensions as our parents or grandparents did. Instead, we have retirement accounts such as 401ks or 403bs. These accounts typically expose your money to market risk. The last thing you want right before retirement is to lose a portion of the money you need for income. But how do you turn these accounts into a retirement income? Is it safe to keep all your retirement money sitting in the stock market? The last thing you want is to lose a portion of the money you need for income due to market loss. By working with a financial professional, you can learn how to turn a portion of your savings into an income stream for life and income for the life of your spouse if you're married. We all have moments in our lives when we wish we had taken action sooner. Don't let procrastination reign on your retirement parade. Act now before it's too late. Please call our office to set up your no-cost, no-obligation retirement income review today.
Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Talk Safe Money. I'm your host, Paul Gebhardt. Again, our guest today has been my buddy Lynn Strickler of LS Financial Group. Lynn, just so informative, the information you're sharing in your background, how experience matters. I love that what you're trying to get across is everything you go through in life prepares you for the road you're on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you want to share that with your clients and make sure they don't go through a lot of the pitfalls you went through.
Correct.
Right?
Right.
And one of the things we talked about is solving this whole retirement puzzle.
Right.
And what a perfect analogy. Can you continue to share with folks out there what they need to be aware of and how they can get that puzzle put together?
Sure, absolutely. Be glad to. Yeah, you know, imagine that, Paul, I like to tell stories, you know.
Yeah, I love it.
Imagine that you got some friends coming over and, you know, the family's coming around. You're going to put together a 1,000-piece puzzle, okay? Now, the pieces of the puzzle are all on the table, right?
Yes.
And all of a sudden, you're getting ready to go, and you discover that little Johnny lost the box with the picture on it. Now, how hard do you think it's going to be to put that puzzle together?
It's pretty difficult.
You may do it.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, it's going to be difficult, and it's going to be time-consuming and frustrating.
It's funny you're saying that because you're talking about a point of reference.
Absolutely. Now, here's the thing. My partner, Art, and I, Art's been doing it 32 years right here in South Florida, okay?
Yes.
We have the picture.
Aha.
We have the retirement picture. We know how to complete the puzzle and put the pieces together. All right, we have 5 phases that we talk about, okay? Number 1, I talked to you earlier, we've got to take longevity risk off the table. We got to make sure that we have that income analyzer done. So that's the first thing we're going to do.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that your money, if this is your retirement goal, I want to make sure that what you have coming in is going to go the distance for you.
Yeah, we know that matters to people because that's the number one concern.
Absolutely.
People are afraid they're going to outlive their money, right, Lynn?
Yeah. So we got to handle that. We got to make sure that that's there, and we're going to do that.
Okay.
The number two piece of the puzzle is what we call the income protection plan.
Okay.
Now, I've got a chart real quick that I'd just like to share with you folks.
Wonderful.
If you take a look at this, now a picture is worth 1,000 words. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you take a look at this, one of the things that we do, and this is what I'm saying, that you'll never lose your principal. If you look at the red line is the S&P 500. Someone put in $100,000 back in 1998. Now, it's kind of interesting. You notice how the red line, it goes up, you know, and you're really happy. Okay, man, you want to take your broker out to lunch. You're making money.
Right.
Now, what happened when the tech bubble hit?
Uh-oh.
That market came down, what, 1, 2, 3 years in a row?
Yes, it did.
Now, what is interesting to me is this. Now, wait a minute. I'm going to pay you when I'm making money, okay? And that's okay. You're making me money.
Sure.
But now, wait a minute. I'm paying you when you're losing my money?
Wait. Or better yet, you're not paying me back.
Yeah, right.
How about a refund?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Right.
It's crazy.
It's a bad system.
Right.
I agree.
But if you look at that chart again, take a look. What we do is put your money on the green line. Now, you'll notice that the green line, it went up a little bit. You don't get it all, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But look what happens when that market went down. We just went sideways. We call it zero's your hero.
Yeah, I love it.
You didn't lose any money.
Sure.
Now, you didn't gain any, but you didn't lose 30 or 40% of your money.
Wow.
You can't afford to lose money in retirement. Look how long it took them to get back even again. If you count those red lines below the green, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it took 7 years for them just to get back even again, right?
Wow, I see
now,
that, yeah.
In retirement, we may not have
7 years is a long time.
Long time.
It's an eternity.
Right? I've got clients that won't buy green bananas for crying out loud.
That's a good one.
So,
We'll buy green bananas.
but seriously, you can't afford it because
No, it's true.
you may never get that
It's
money.
so
You
true.
probably won't get back even
Yeah.
because guess what? Not only do you lose money, but you're taking out money. Remember, you're taking out money for your retirement.
Yeah.
So
You know, it's interesting. I got to throw this in there because I saw the word annuity on the screen,
Yeah,
Lynn, so
yeah.
I got to bring it up. Big
Yeah.
elephant in the room. A lot of people out there, a lot of negative publicity
Absolutely.
around
Yeah.
annuities.
You
You know,
know,
I mean, what is going on with that? Can
it's
you
a
help
funny-
the viewer understand?
yeah, it's a funny thing you say that because it's so true. There's
Yeah.
so much bad out there about annuities. You know, a couple points on annuities. Number one, annuities aren't bad, Paul, but there are some bad annuities.
Gotcha.
Okay? And there are also, unfortunately, some bad sales folks that put people in the wrong design. Okay?
Gotcha.
If you're in a variable annuity, you're back in the market. And like I told you, let's get out of the Wall Street casino,
You're
folks.
right. So you're more on that red line instead of that green
You're
line.
still on that red line.
Wow. Okay, that
and
makes
the
sense.
other thing is, we'll talk about this a little bit later, but the fees
Oh.
that you get charged, okay, it'll kill you.
You know, sometimes it's even hard just finding those fees, Lynn.
Oh,
I mean,
no, you can't. It's in the prospectus way deep down in there. I mean, my partner Art, he goes in and finds these things for our clients. We had a guy come in the other day, 4% fees.
Wow.
Okay.
4%.
Yeah. And he was making 4% fees. He only made 3% on the portfolio.
He's -1.
He was negative.
Oh my
All
gosh.
right, you're not even keeping up with inflation.
Oh my gosh.
So there are some bad annuities.
Yeah.
All right. So, but I have people call me up. This is kind of interesting. I say, Len, I hate annuities. I've heard all kind of bad things about annuities. And I say, hold on a second, sir. Let me ask you a question. Do you get Social Security? Yes, sir, I do. Great. I say, I tell you what. Tomorrow, call Social Security up and say, take this check back. I don't want it. Because it's an annuity.
Right.
It's a guaranteed lifetime annuity.
That's right. I
folks.
never really thought
That's
of
what
it
it
that way.
is.
Yeah.
And the only one that can do that is an insurance company, by the way.
Yeah.
Because they're on both sides of the risk.
And you know what I love about the annuity aspect that I just think is great is control.
Yeah.
You have control because
Right.
now you own that annuity.
That's right.
It's yours.
It's yours.
It's not the government's
right.
that they're giving you a check,
Right.
It's an annuity that's yours, designed to your income, right? Lynn?
Absolutely. That's what it is, yeah.
It's personal.
And it's also, you know, they say, oh, well, it's not liquid. Well, it is liquid. You can take 10% out without any penalties, without any surrender charge, okay?
Okay.
So you got 10% of your money there. Now, these annuities, the last 2 or 3 years, Paul,
Yeah.
they're way different than they have been, okay? They're designing these things now
Sure.
with long-term care built into them.
Really?
Guaranteed lifetime income if you turn it on with bonuses that come to these things. So there are some really good annuities out there, but you got to have the right design. You got to have people helping you.
I'm so glad you cleared that up for the viewers. And we're going to take a short break here. Would you remind the good people of Fort Lauderdale what you're offering them today if they reach out and give you a call?
Yeah, absolutely, folks. If you have $200,000, in a 401k IRA or under the mattress or whatever, come in and see us. We want to do a full complimentary review for you. We want to make sure we understand what your goal is, what your retirement goal is. We got to know that. Then we have to understand what is your income, what income do you have coming in, Social Security, pensions, real estate income, whatever. And we got to make sure that that money is going to go the distance to reach that goal. Now, one of the things that we do, and my partner Art will do in this income analysis that we're going to do for you, no fee, no charge, it's complimentary, but we're going to make sure we take into effect taxes. Folks, we know taxes are probably going to go up. We got to take inflation into effect. Inflation's going crazy. We're just printing more money. So we got to take those things into effect. We're going to do that for you, make sure that you get this income analyzer. The second thing is you're going to get the Principal Protection Plan, a scorecard that's going to show you 4 different annuities, the features and benefits of them, all right, and a design that may be right for you. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know until we take a look. I don't even know if I can help you. But I know this, we got one shot at this and making it right for you. Give us a call today. Call my team, set an appointment. You can set an appointment either by phone, a Zoom call, or you can come into the office, whichever you prefer. We have an office in West Palm at the Phillips Building, and we also have our headquarters right there in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Come in and see us. I'll also throw in for you my new book that it's an ebook that I just finished called 5 Steps to a Safe and Successful Retirement. I'll make sure I get that to you. And I'll also, when you come in for phase 2 or 3 to review your plan, I'm going to give you a copy of this, signed copy of Don't Worry, Retire Happy. Give us a call at 844-299-0355. Folks, that's 844-299-0355.
Thank you, Lynn. You know what? I never get tired of the dance. I got to tell you right now. you got moves, my friend. Hey, listen, we're going to take a short break, ladies and gentlemen, but when we come back, we're going to continue on this journey, the 5 steps to solving your retirement puzzle. We'll be right back after these short messages.
When was the last time you saw your financial professional? Are you getting the most out of the strategy that was created for you? Although you've done a great job finding someone to help plan for your future, are you 100% sure that you were given the right strategy? We can help answer these questions and more with a complimentary second opinion evaluation. We will take a look at what you have in place and then help determine if you're well positioned to get the most out of your future retirement income. In the event that it is not, we can help by making suggestions and showing you how to get on the right path. You wouldn't get just one opinion when it comes to a major health decision, so why would you treat your most important financial decision with such disregard? Call today for your no-cost, no-obligation second opinion evaluation to see if you're getting the most out of your retirement income plan.
Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Talk Safe Money. I'm your host, Paul Gebhardt. We want to thank you for being with us today. Our guest has been Mr. Lynn Strickler of Ellis Financial Group. And, buddy, I love how much you're dedicated to helping people arrange and solve that puzzle, get it put together so that people have peace of mind.
Right, absolutely.
Because let's be honest, I mean, this whole retirement strategy and planning can be a little chaotic.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And you kind of need a guide. You need someone to help you put that puzzle together.
Right.
You know, we left off on the income side of this, but we know there's other aspects of the puzzle they need to consider. Would you share that with the folks?
Yeah, absolutely. The other side, and again, like I said before, Paul, we're not against the market, okay?
Yeah,
I always say get out of the Wall Street casino, because I do want to get, we teach this. Whatever your age is what you should have in a safe place. So if you're 60% of your money should be in a safe place where you cannot lose your principal.
I like that.
Right? If you're the older you get, the more obviously you should have safe. Okay?
Right.
You know, if you're 40 years old like my son, you have time, so maybe you can take some roll of the dice, okay?
Exactly.
We get it. Now, the third piece of this puzzle is I want to talk about Social Security maximization. Now, I'm an NSA certified, okay? I go off to a school every year for 2 days, and I don't know if you've ever seen Social Security book, right? And the Medicare, oh my, Paul.
Unreal.
It's very complex.
Yeah.
Now, the good news is this. You know, I'm a guy who's not a numbers guy, okay?
Yeah, right.
So when I go to this course, I want to shoot myself, okay? Because it's boring.
Bombarding you, yes.
But I have with us, when we did this, there's a gentleman in the NSSA that we joined this group, right? And Jim, he actually has 37 years with Social Security. And they would give him all the hard problems the last 10 years of his career, right? And so we have access to him. So any question that you have, any question you have about Social Security, and it is different for everybody, folks. Everybody's different. Johnny Carson had, what, 4 wives? And all 4 were able to get on his claim on his record.
Really?
Right?
Wow.
Yeah. So there's lots of different things, restricted application that folks don't know about. If you call Social Security, they're not trained to do that.
No,
They're
you're right.
not.
You're right.
They can't stop to give you personal help.
Yeah.
But we can. And so if I have a question, all I got to do is call Jim. I'm paying for that,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
But I give Jim a call, and I can get the answer to any question you have. So that's the Social Security part. We do have a report we do for you, 37-page report. When do you take it? How do you take it? It's important. It's all part of your Social Security. It's part of your whole portfolio.
Yeah.
People don't realize it, but if you're married, it's about $1 million. That you're pulling from it. If you live to age 80, whatever it is for men, 83, 84. But I mean, that's a lot of money.
Yes, it
so
is.
we have to plan for that.
Okay.
The other thing is dynamic risk management.
Okay.
So we're not against managing money. Like we said, we have on board with us, okay, 𝗫𝗏 𝗵𝗏𝗀. She's the co-founder of our company as well. She's a CPA and a CFP. She's also a registered investment advisor agent, right? So under 𝗫𝗏, we can manage money, but we do it differently. We do dynamic risk management. In other words, it's tactically managed. It's not buy and hold. So it's computer algorithms. So if that market moves 5% either way, that quick, they'll make a switch. The company we use, Flexible Plan's been at this 40 years. Their average return over those 40 years is about 12%. Pretty good. In '08, they made money. They didn't lose money. So we know how to do things safe. Everything we want is safe. So even if we have you in the market, we want to do it safe.
Yep.
The last thing is mitigating taxes. And that's where we have 𝗫𝗏 on board. There are ways, and we'll talk about this a little later. I really want to get into this for folks.
Okay.
There's a ways that we can help you get off the IRS radar screen.
Ooh, we like that.
Yeah,
we like
people
that.
love that. And get you to 0 taxes.
You know, believe it or not, my friend, we're at the end of a show.
Ah,
Will you do me a favor and remind the good folks out there in Fort Lauderdale what you're offering if they call you?
absolutely. Folks, give me a call. Give our team a call. We'd be glad to set up a complimentary review for you. You know, if you've got $200,000 or so and it's in 401ks, IRAs, you know, under a match in a bank. I have folks that just helped the lady. She had, I don't know, $300,000 sitting in a bank. What are you getting in the bank? Nothing. We can help you. We can help you there. So give us a call. We'll do the income analyzer. We'll look at all this. We'll take a look at your portfolio. Take a look if we want to help you in the dynamic risk management approach that we have. Maybe a ways we can help you in the market. And we're going to really take a look at those taxes, folks. We've got to handle those taxes because we got to deal with what we got. But they're coming after your money. So give me a call at 844-299-0355. We'll set an appointment, 844-299-0355.
And again, that's completely complimentary, ladies and gentlemen. But what's important is, what do you want your tomorrow to look like? Find out today. Give them a call. We want to thank you for being with us. Be well and enjoy your retirement.